What's going on, everyone? This is Potato Chip J, and today we're going to recap One Piece Manga Chapter 1024. The chapter starts off with Usopp pretty much being a liar that he is, soaking in the moment. Everybody's passing out. They're like, what's this overwhelming presence? He's like, it's Conqueror's Hockey. It's me. They call me Usopp. I forgot the name, but he's pretty much saying, hey, I'm the Beast Slayer. So it's kind of funny. And he's telling people, bow down to me and I'll let you be part of our cause. So, that whole idea of Yonko Usopp might happen. I mean, Conqueror's Hockey for Usopp might happen. Oda does find ways to make Usopp's lies come to life. We get a quick rundown, really, of all the floors and what's going on. Nami and her crew, along with Usopp. Mind you, Usopp's over here claiming he took down 2 Toby Ropo, and the people, the fodder, are just fascinated, right? We immediately figure out that it's Big Mom doing this. Now, we don't see Big Mom, but we hear about her through Nami's camp, and they're pretty much saying, like, Big Mom's attacks are so powerful, people are passing out on this floor. Makes you think about Kid and Law's fight with her, right? Really makes you think. Move forward, we get a quick check up on Frankie, and Frankie's pretty much letting them know, like, look, we don't know where Luffy is, but it's probably a good thing. But this whole floor is on fire. It's crazy. There's people trying to get on the floor to co-attack and help the All-Stars, and here comes Law's crew. Remember, people, part of Law's crew is, down there with Luffy, and there's a section with Beppo's crew is actually on Onigashima. So just don't get too excited. They're not there quite yet, but we're gonna get to the Hokkaido stuff in the meantime. Moving forward, you get a quick glimpse of Brooke and Robin, and Brooke and Robin's pretty much doing the same thing they did previously when we saw them. Brooke's carrying Robin. Brooke's pretty much making his little corny jokes about being burnt and cremated, but technically not. Ha ha. Robin is kind of like passed out with a smile, look like she's just resting, and it's cool. And everybody's pretty much trying to get a glimpse of what's going on each floor. How's everybody doing? What's going on? Where should everybody go? If I'm not mistaken, based on all of this fire stuff that's happening, I would pretty much assume, or would bet that, the whole idea that Zoro can cut fire, Sanji's possibly immune to fire. This would possibly play out in their favorites, where Zoro just cut through the flames and cut through attacks. King may throw at him to where, Sanji may, I don't know, burn Queen. And, these might be people who could possibly move forward after these battles and save any people that's like stranded in the fire. I don't know. Maybe I'm overthinking, right? And then we get a quick update on the Kaido and Yamato fight, and Yamato's pretty much on there, still going at it with Kaido, still throwing clashes. She hits like an arrow attack, and Kaido blocks it, but Kaido follows up with his own arrow attack, Thunder's arrow. Right now, Thunder's arrow is a reference to Indra's arrow. That's what I got from it. And it's kind of cool because the whole ideology behind that stems back to the whole backstory with in Japanese mythology. I might be getting this wrong, so I got to do a video about this. But it deals with this Izunami and Izanagi, and Amaterasu, Susanoo, and Tsukuyomi. Somewhere along that story, somehow, some way, Izanagi and Izanami pretty much made an island or something like that, and that island ended up being Onigashima or something like that. Long story short, there's some things that play onto it. I think it's kind of cool. Can't wait to see the whole Momonosuke thing, because it plays into that too. And he has a sword, Hamino Habikiri, and they do have a thing where they do this whole land of heaven kind of thing. I gotta go back to the whole Japanese mythology thing. I'm kind of way off topic here, but getting back to it, they're fighting it, going at it, and Kaido's really giving it to Yamato. Yamato's like, yo, you're about to kill me. You're trying to kill me. He's like, of course. You thought it was play. You thought this was like a family feud? Nah, you got me fucked up. Boom. We get the backstory. It's like, why you insist on calling yourself Odin? She's like, why are you so mad? Like, I found him captivating. What's so wrong about that? It's like, you're not wrong, but it's like your dad killed the man. You really gonna root for the guy your dad like off? It's weird. So we finally get a Yamato backstory. When everybody get the backstory, everybody gets this sad thing, and you always try to, you don't try to scale which backstory is worse, but you get a good idea of who's who and what's what, right? Get that reference. Now, we start off with the backstory talking about, she's on a little rant, tantrum again, and we see and notice that she's out here from since she was a jit saying, I am Odin. I am Odin. I am Kazuki Odin. Kaido's like, did you do this? And every guard is knocked out. Every guy's knocked out. Now she's already chained up, which is crazy. And he's like, did you do this? And she's like, I don't know. They all fell. He's like, oh, Conqueror's Hakuri. It's promising, but he's so underwhelmed. Like he can even be excited about her having Conqueror's Haki. If she was out here acting like a little childish brute, like I guess he would want her to be, and being like, I'm Yamato, the Kaido's offspring, bow, 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 right? Just beating ass, right? Like not being a brat in Kaido's eyes. I'm sure Kaido would get excited to see Conqueror's Haki, but the way he kind of pitched it and the way the backstory started off, I would assume that she's been a problem child in his eyes for a very long time. So I don't even think this started off with her being captivated by Odin. I think this was like something off the top. But he's like, well, that's promising, but if you're gonna insist on calling yourself Kazuki Odin, you might as well die too. Excuse me? Be better off if that's how she's looking at it. She's like, but I'm your daughter. I'm gonna starve. Can't do that. He's like, whatever. And then he leaves her down there with these master samurai. I would assume these are master samurai that probably, because this is after Odin's killed, so these are probably master samurai that wound it up getting caught, probably perhaps when that whole snatchy moment happened with the samurai, the remnants of this, Odin, followers in Wano after the Hour Legends and after the Akazai 9 disappeared into the shadows. Ashur Doji went in. What did he go in? But some of them did, and they were probably some of them who didn't die in the process, and they were strong enough to where Kaido just pretty much imprisoned them until they will bended, but it broke up. Now we're gonna get back to that, right? Kaido leaves her down there with them, and Kaido pretty much also just throws some swords at these samurai and says, hey, look here. Now, I'm under the impression that's probably like their swords or whatever, father's swords, I don't know. But he left a plate of food, some good looking food, right by Yamato with some swords. These samurai, which is interesting because one of the silhouettes when they first show it looks like the same silhouette that we first got of Denduro, or at least we assume was Denduro, and I'm gonna get into that right now. We get an extra glimpse of these samurai, and Yamato scares like, yo, these guys are probably mad at me for being Kaido's daughter. They fought against him, they're in prison, I'm over here calling myself Odin, oh yeah, they're gonna kill me. Samurai gives her the plate and says, eat up. Samurai don't get hungry. She's like, they like, eat. She's eating, she's crying. That's like I can't wait till that moment happens in One Piece in the anime. Every time we get a moment where like the child backstory, and we get like a child crying, the child version of the character getting their backstory crying, it's very daunting. You know, Luffy was crying when Shanks saved him. Zoro was crying when he made his promise about being the greatest swordsman. Um, you know, uh, um, you know, Nami. You know, I go on and on with this list. You see him going to Sanji. We get this with Yamato, and it's crazy. You know, it, just go back any flashbacks throughout the show. You know, antagonist or protagonist, we get a nice moment, and that picture right there is going to be that moment for Yamato, and I think that's kind of cool, especially for possible crew members. And she's continuing talking to these samurai, and she's like, hey, and then we finally get images of these samurai. One of them looks just like Zoro. Now, I wonder if he is Zoro's father, because it's kind of implied there. He has the crest, he has the family crest, he has all of these things, and he looks just like Ryuma. He looks just like Zoro, and the color page in the chapter, side note, kind of talks about it kind of shows, depicts his hair being green, and his, you know, garb being kind of similar to Zoro's, the one he has on now, Wano. So I wonder if that's kind of a hint and a half there. We don't know for sure yet, but we'll see. I don't know about importance. Sounds like something Zoro would say. They're actually captivated at the fact that she found Odin captivated, and then from there, you know, they decide to, you know, keep Yamato company. Yamato shows them Odin's logbook, and they're like taken back. Now, pause. The the samurai who talks, who the samurai who offers Yamato that plate, or at least tells Yamato to eat, that character has the same type of facial features and structure, silhouette, and kind of appearance wise as Denduro did after he left the house and became, you know, Kirishiro. And I'm under the impression that that might have been his, you know, for the longest too, maybe. And my take with that is, by flipping that type of what if you did the reverse? What if you had that type of rage or that type of face, and something else happened when you found peace and happiness? Because your emotions do change you. Hatred changes you, rage changes you, joy and happiness and peace changes you. And these guys eventually escape. And these guys that escape, because, you know, after reading the journal and after seeing how Yamato's conviction was, they decided to escape. They wasn't just going to stand there. And Odin's logbook, and then they check it out, and after keeping Yamato company, finished, it's been 10 days. He's like, yo, Kaido's really going to keep her here to die. Nah. If you're really trying to do what you need to do in 20 years from now, like Odin predicted about some big war in this logbook, you need to be there for it. She's like saying it while she's dozing off. Yeah, I want to do that, and I want to help in the war. I want to help save Wano, and I want to go out to sea. And then they're like, you know what, cool. And then we see the whole the crest on the back, the tattoo, and, you know, and Zoro's possible pops back. And he's two sword style with it. He's probably a three sword style, but we don't know. But we see two swords, and he slices open a thing, and it says that they escape. Now that's it. The backstory ends like that, and then we go back to the fight, and Yamato's like, you know, looks like she's down out, but she ain't giving up. She ain't got no quit. And she's like, I have people that believe in me, which is why I can't fail. She said, how dare you take my dreams away? How dare you try to take Wano's dreams away? And Kaido's looking like, there's no easy answer, you spoiled child, you know, brat. And they both clash with Black Lightning, and it's possibly, you know, it's Conqueror's Hockey clash, and the chapter ends. Now, quick pause. The character that looks like the character with the silhouette I mentioned, that kind of was similar to Denjiro's. I wonder if he's old boy from the East Blue that we all thought was Denjiro. Think about it. We all thought he was Denjiro, right? And then when we kept seeing the silhouette, and when we saw it kind of looked like Kirishiro, We wasn't sure, and then we saw Denduro. It was like, oh, he looks like him. But now that Kiyoshiro is Denduro, right? And we saw what happened to his face, right? Aren't you surprised that he still looks like this samurai that's locked up with Yamato? And my whole thing with that is like, what if this guy had the reverse situation happen to his face? Like, the rage consumed Dendro changing his face and being peace and happy and being outside of Wano, or trying to, or at least having a purpose, changed him. I don't know, maybe having a family, starting over, starting a new little village and all this other stuff. Boom. Now, he was the founder of the village, but what if he played his part, right? Think about that. Now we kind of getting some more lore there, because I'm like, who are these master swordsmen? It didn't say they escaped and he got killed. Didn't say they escaped the fight. Kind of, Yamato's going to be there. There's no point of trying to save her to free, because she can't go to sea yet. So where did they go? Is this implied that, those three left Wano? Did they spread out in different places? Did they all end up in the East Blue? And that's how it was? Is this why he was always so welcoming to letting Zoro come to the dojo and train and everything? Is because that's him? If that's the case, then we possibly already know two of those master samurai that were locked up with Yamato. If not, I don't know. Now the third one, he looks peculiar because we've seen the facial features, we've seen the things and stuff he's wearing. He's wearing that little thing above his head, kind of like how Orochimaru and Naruto kind of has around his waist. I'm telling myself, who has that? I don't know. We'll see. Either way, the chapter ends. It kind of went through it in a breeze. The lore we got from chapter 1023 was so much. It felt like that chapter was just going on forever, because even though we was getting scene, it didn't seem rushed. It was just enough packed into each scene that made it feel like it was so big. This was like quick update, backstory, and I like that. So now I'm kind of hyped for the next chapter. I wonder where it's gonna go, because it's going everywhere. Everything's moving now, so I wonder, would we get back to a fight, or would we get back to anything else? So if we got a quick backstory on Zoro, Zoro's possible father with Yamato, that interconnects. And I like how so many characters from this arc are interconnecting. Queen Sanji, Sanji and possibly King. Big Mom, Marco, Queen, these people are mentioning King, are referencing him. I like that interconnection. I like that connection with Yamato and Zoro. I like it's like the 6 degrees of separation kind of thing. It's like, wow, it's wild, because we're getting that from all circuits. So I don't know where the next chapter is going to head to, because this chapter completely threw me off. I didn't expect a backstory, nor did I expect just a quick update from this chapter. We can get anything from, seeing what's up with Drake and Apu. We can see anything, seeing what's up. Probably get more lore into the whole Sanji thing. Maybe that's what we want, but we probably won't get that, because that's what we want. I would love to continue to see the fight between King versus Sanji and Zoro. We'll probably get an update with Luffy flying on Momonosuke. That's probably gonna be a grand thing. What's up with Caribou now? I wonder. What's up with Hiyori? What's up with Orochi? What's up with what's up with the rest of the Big Mom pirates? How are they doing? Right? We'll see. Either way, we'll see what's up with that. Next week's chapter is gonna be dope. I don't know where it's going, but I'm all for it. See you guys later. This is Potato Chip J. Have a good day.